Hello everybody, I am Dirge 20 here, doing another review. I'm sorry it's been so long since I've not done a review. I said I was gonna do a review, but I always slipped my mind. And this time, we're finally gonna do it. We're gonna take a look at the Transformers Earthrise Seeker Elite 2-pack, which, unfortunately, is an Amazon exclusive. We'll get to that in the end, but yeah, finally I get to review these figures because it's a long time coming. But just start the package, of course. It just looks great. Granted, I wish we saw the robot modes, but we do get a chance to that in another packaging from a different figure, which hopefully I will review later on if I ever get it. But hey, anything can happen. But the packaging looks nice, and I really do love the look of the cone heads. And the pictures of the jet alone are great. Just a good package. But let's talk about the figures. The figures themselves are phenomenal. Oh my god, this is what I expected from Coneheads, and I am so happy to have this in my collection, because if you guys missed out on this, you guys are nuts, but at the same time, I don't blame you. I really don't. Because, again, we'll talk about that in the end. But just take a look at the Dirge first. Dirge is, I want to say he's my favorite. I really do. He does look great. Dirge's, like, color scheme, like, I don't know, it's like a dark blue, but to me, in my eye, it looks like a bluish violet indigo color. And I just love it. I love it so much. But the wings, they are nice, but the paint, to me, it's cheap. Because look at this. I have a freaking scar right there for that wing. I mean, it's probably because of my fault, but I think to me, the paint on the wings are pretty cheap. It's not bad. It's just, well, kind of is, but what I'm trying to say is, it could have been better with better, thicker paint, or just put the whole thing like plastic. But it's okay, and nothing you can do. It's barely noticeable anyway, so yeah. But I want to say I love Dirge, I really do. But Ramjet, oh boy, look at this jet. I don't know what it is, but this one just really makes me like get attention to Ramjet the most, because Ramjet just pops and stands out compared to Dirge, which, even so, the Coneheads do stand out from the other Seekers, and I love it. The Ramjet just great with the white, the red, everything. It just looks great. I will say this though, the cockpit, the orange piece, I'm glad it did it, but at the same time, it is inaccurate, because if I'm not mistaken, it's more of a clearish gray instead of an orange. But it's fine, because it's no big deal, and plus it could match with the other Seekers from Earthrise. And I do prefer this actually, because it looks more like, it doesn't look like a bland jet. It feels like clear plastic, then it will look bland, but I'm glad it went to the orange one. Even though it's not accurate to G1, but what you gonna do? But other than that, these guys just look great, and I cannot wait to get Thrust. Oh, Thrust, come here. Oh, right. Target exclusive. Well, let the hunt begin when that time comes. But all in all, here's a picture of him with the other Seekers. They look phenomenal. With Thrust, if I ever get him, I bet I will. Even if I had to pay scalper price, which I hope I don't do, it just looks great with the other Seekers. So far, they look great. So that's it for the jets. Let's transform them. Granted, they're the same thing, but what are you gonna do? So here we are with the robot mode, and wow. Just wow. This is what I've always wanted with cone heads. I have no words for these guys. They just look beautiful. These guys look great, especially Ramjet. I have to say Ramjet's probably my favorite out of the two. Between the two, Ramjet is my favorite. Just look at the detail on him. Well, granted, like his headpiece here, the paint, it might likely get scuffed when you take out the package. Which, if you ever get this, which I hope you guys do, be careful with that. Or you can just paint it, but just look at the details. It does look like the same as the other ones, of course, but there are some new parts, which we will talk about that in a bit. But just all in all, really good detail on Ramjet. Now here's Dirge. Again, he looks beautiful. I really love how Dirge looks. He's probably my third favorite, my second favorite. Because I say third or second because soon I think I'm going to love Thrust the most when it comes out. Which I really, again, I hope I could get him in time. But this guy just looks great. The wings, yeah, I mean, I would say this, the wings on the legs, not a fan of it, but that is how it was in G1, so you can't really argue with it. And the one thing I'm not a fan of is the screaming face. Just like Skywarp, Dirge has the screaming face, which I'm not a fan of that, to be honest. Just like I said, a Skywarp, the screaming faces are just like, but it's fine for people that want different looks. For me, whatever. What can you do? They're practically the same, just like Skywarp, not Thrust. Yes, Skywarp, Thundercracker, and Starscream. They're all the same articulation, so there's really nothing new. But it's still good, though. Now, for comparison with the other Seekers, they do look phenomenal with the other Seekers. They just look great. And by the way, they are the same size as the Starscream and the other Seekers. So, yeah, nothing really much different here. But it's still good, nonetheless. And like I said, the difference is like, mainly with the legs. The legs are, well, they're the same, but the knees are different. That's what I meant to say. The knees are totally different. And I like that. They look very unique looking, but, yeah, it's just differences. The wings, of course, of the legs are very different. And chest, too. Like, there's differences in chest. But the obvious difference is, of course, the head. Because you have the cone heads. Cone heads. Gotta love them. So, there you have it. The Transformers Earthrise Seeker Elite 2-pack with Ramjet and Dirge. And I gotta say, I really do love this set. This is probably one of my favorite 2-packs so far from Amazon. These guys are a great addition to anyone's collection. I couldn't recommend them enough. Like, if you can get them, get them. That's right. I did say this in the beginning of the video. Unfortunately, these guys were an Amazon exclusive, which I'm not gonna fall on that, but a lot of people, including some of my friends, were really annoyed by these Amazon exclusives because the moment they're releasing the actual release date, they're gone. Like, they're extremely, like, almost, like, non-existent to people unless you pay, like, freaking scalper prices. And that's not cool. So, for this act from Hasbro, this is not funny. Like, a lot of people missed out on this set, and I just gotta say, that's not cool, and it's really unfair that people that miss out have to wait to see them to get restocked, just only to get out of stock again. Scalpers really gotta stop this. Then again, They love exclusives, which is why I was very desperate and like hesitant to try to pre-order the Ironhide and Prowl set, which I did, and they're really coming soon, but right now they're delayed from my case, so that's unfortunate, but they will be coming, and that also goes with Ratchet and Lifeline pack. I did pre-order mine recently, and I really hope that they could stay up and pre-order stuff for people that missed out. Unfortunately, just like the Secret Elite pack, the Ironhide and Prowl set are gone. Like, if you guys are waiting on the release date and you have the money to pre-order them, do not wait on the release date. Do not. Otherwise, you will lose your chance on these pre-orders. So that's what happened with the Skywarp and Greenlight figures during back last year in 2019. Like, I got lucky and pre-ordered the Skywarp figure. I wasn't so fortunate by getting the Greenlight though. I regret not buying her that day. But it is what it is, I guess. But what I'm trying to say here is that if you guys have the money and you have the privilege to pre-order these figures, do it. Do not wait. Otherwise, you'll end up like people that missed out on the Coneheads. Just waiting. And I really feel bad for people that missed out on this set. I really hope there's a chance for people out there that missed out on the set will get a second chance. I do hope. And possibly the only way to redeem this Hasbro if you release a 3-pack with all 3 Coneheads as a regular release or a specific store exclusive. But then again, exclusives, that's the problem. They just get targeted by scalpers, and that's why they become hard to find. But yeah, you guys get the idea. The Coneheads, unfortunately, as of right now, they are out of stock. Just like some of the other Amazon exclusives. If you have the money and you can pre-order them, do it. But other than that, this set is great. In the end, I'm going to give this set a 9 out of 10. It is a phenomenal set. Even though I have some nitpicks with the face, well, mostly Dirge, and the paint on the wings could be a bit cheap. But it's just probably just me. But aside from that, these are the definitive Conehead figures for anyone's collection. Again, I have big prayers for you guys to get a chance to get a hold of these figures someday, if they get re-released, or you find them for a good deal. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the review, and I'll see you guys next time. Goes to Cover 20, out.